And we are live. What's up? What's up? How we doing? I'm Crunk Chocolate. This is Lando. We got Tarek. Tom Pom will be on shortly. We are Shades of Blue. This is the FanFest live app that we're streaming from Thursday night lit stream. How's it going, show bros? How we feeling?
Let's go.
Feeling
Let's
good,
go.
feeling good, feeling great, feeling good. How are you?
You know what? It sucks that we are in an international break on the men's side. Thankfully, we have the women's side, and we got March Madness to fill the gap for us. So I'm feeling good, man.
Vamos.
Yeah, honestly, our episode on Sunday is going to be so much vibes. It's just good. Baby Blue
sure.
Baddies. And
I can't wait to talk about them so much.
Yes.
I got some questions, and I got some questions that we can get some ass. Maybe I'll see if we Shady Gang can think of some new ones. But yeah, let's get our first. We got 3 guests for you. Saul, Demetrius, Imani Williams. If you're watching on YouTube, thumbs up. Hit that like. If you're watching on a replay, I appreciate you guys for still hopping in, checking in. Chats, all that other stuff. If you do it on YouTube, we cannot see it. You have to hop over here on FanFest Live for us to see what your thoughts are. Or comment anyway, and maybe I'll check our YouTube and see if you said anything. Anyway, let's bring on our first guest. He's the homie. We try to bring him on as much as possible, try to work with him as much as possible. Bitter and Blue, SB Nation. He is the baller himself. He's about to go do some business. So that's why he's got the whole Godfather vibe right now. He is Saul. How's it going, homie?
Gentlemen, what's up, guys? How we doing? I'm good.
Yes.
Glad to have you, man.
So glad to have you. So
Thank you, guys.
So yeah, like I said, you're about to play some football.
Yes, I am. I got a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 7-on-7 tonight. Yeah, excited. I play goalie, so it's a bit of a whirlwind with the smaller fields, but it's a lot of fun. So.
Is it indoors or is it outdoors?
No, outdoors. It's raining right now too, so I don't know.
fun.
Persevere through those conditions.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your style? Are you like more of a shot blocker? Are you a sweeper keeper? Are you distributing?
No, old school Buffon style. Stay in the back, good in the air. It's really good at shot stopping. Legs, do not ask me to play with my legs. Nope.
He said, "I know what I am."
He said, "Do not pass back to me."
No,
don't do
not
it.
at all.
Don't do it.
I am not Ederson. Although Ederson played like 10 years indoors. I don't know if you guys knew that. It was pretty cool.
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's dope.
That is pretty dope.
Yeah.
That's probably why he's playing with his legs like that.
Right.
Yeah, that's why it's really good.
I'm gonna shout you out quick, Saul, because I mean this is kind of putting you on the spot, but it's a big deal, right? I mean, I played ball on Monday. We talked about the last time some of us have played ball, but I gotta ask about the gear that we're rocking. Everyone going into a game gotta feel a little fresh. And I peeped the Brazil top earlier. Give me a little rundown of what we're rocking tonight.
Brazil top, got some spandex, Under Armour, pretty classic, and then Adidas boots. Nothing too fancy. I'm
I was gonna ask about the
kind of guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
No frills. He said he is Gigi Buffon 2.0 in this 7-on-7 shit.
A lunch pail kind of guy. Quote him on that.
Exactly.
We need those.
That's it. Every team needs a glue guy.
There you go.
100%.
I actually want to start with this U.S. tour because you're in the Florida area, so I assume you're going to Orlando.
Yes, I would try my best to be in Orlando. I'm already with one of the supporters groups down here, so I think we'll try to do something. I don't know, but something with the club. So that should be a lot of fun, and it's a good opponent down here. So.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Nice. we're all trying to obviously figure out where we're going, but Chapel Hill seems to be the main one we're all going to try to get to, and another one from there.
When's that one? You guys know the exact date?
23rd of July, if I'm not mistaken.
July 23rd.
It's a Tuesday.
That's the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And
then
it's July 20th is my
York.
birthday. So I'm just going to make it an extended birthday.
Let's go.
And,
okay.
Somebody called me. Sorry about that.
Yeah, and I'm trying to.
All right, we're back.
Trying to.
Yeah, Chapel Hill.
Yep. Chapel Hill, New York for me. I got some people I need to meet up there. So
you guys got me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, good.
But I mean, is Orlando the only one you're going to try to do, or are you going to try to get to another one, or do you have any big football plans?
Crunk frozen for everyone else, or?
No, we can hear you. He's not frozen from. I don't know if you can hear us though.
Oh,
I can hear everyone except Crunk.
Oh,
okay.
He was asking. So really, what he was asking was, obviously, being in Florida, Orlando is close. That makes sense. Are there any other tour dates that you're trying to hit as well?
I want to hit Chapel Hill. It's a little tricky, the 23rd, but we'll see. I'm try to hit it. Okay. Is that where SOB's meeting up? Are you guys planning to meet up?
Yeah, we're all. Most of us are probably trying to do at least 2. So that's the one that we're all trying to hit that one plus maybe some other one.
Some other ones,
well.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's the one we're talking about as a group.
Okay.
So for anybody out there listening, Shady Gang, come hit us up.
Come through.
Yep.
So someone wanna if you can't hear me.
I can't hear Orlando either now. Only you two.
Oh no.
It's horrible.
I would tell him to maybe just try to restart it. I think the fact that he got a phone call might have messed up.
So Saul, we don't know if maybe when the phone rang that it messed up your connection or not. You might want to try to come back in and see if that doesn't work out for you. Yeah, so we'll give him a second to jump back in.
Cool. And we'll get started on one of his next topics. And it's the one that I hate the most. And it's also because, and I understand why. It's a silly one, and we as fans, we're lucky to.
We're back. I hear all of you.
Hey,
that's what.
That dang phone call. Sorry about that.
No,
you're fine. I was introing your third topic on there. Pick one or the other, UCL, our Premier League, and I was like, yes, we are very lucky to be able to have this conversation, but it's a tough one because either is one's history and one is something that is very tough that not many have been able to do. One in shortly ago in this, but other than that, it was 50 years before that, and it was Nottingham Forest. So it's just like, oh no. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it, and I'll let everybody else. I'll let you go next. But I want the Premier League just because I want the 4 in a row. I want to be able to rub that as something no one has been able to do. Where the other one is a really cool, amazing thing, but it's not something no one has done before.
Yeah, that's why I think it's a really interesting question. I know if you ask probably any manager, especially some of the top ones, Klopp, Guardiola, Zidane, even Arteta, even though some don't think he's elite. But if you ask any of them, they'd probably take the lead along the line that you're thinking, Crunk. So I think I would lean UCL. I think a lot of the history talk does get to me a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. So I think winning that second UCL kind of legitimizes, everything from the club, really. So I think I would slightly lean that way. But you know what the best part is? We can win both. So we don't have
Eso.
Vamos.
That part right there.
But he is making his pick. So which one would you pick?
Yeah. What do you guys think?
I said it last night when we streamed with Dylan. Mian, shout out to you, by the way, for coming through. We appreciate you.
Great part of that one. Great one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's the league. It's the league all day, and mainly just because I want to hold that over United's head forever. Like if maybe like if Chelsea was the one who held the 3 in a row, the last Premier League 3 in a row, or like, excuse me, top flight Premier League 3 in a row in England, maybe I might like, I was like, say UCL, but the fact that it is like Man United, like, fuck yeah, I want to do that because I want to like make sure that they know that we are better than them, like that, and I think that to me that's the most important point.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm taking the lead. Give me that 4 because, you know, as I'm sure we all are, I'm a big time Guardiola fan, and I want to put an end to all of the Sir Alex versus Guardiola conversation. The moment he does something that, even though Sir Alex would have been here for much longer, he was not able to accomplish, then it puts that conversation to rest. Not that I think United fans will be intellectually honest enough to admit that, but they won't be able to have that conversation. So, yeah, to me, I'm taking the league all day, every day.
Yeah, hard to argue otherwise. I mean, I like winning the Champions League because it's the one thing we haven't been able to do. I do love the concept of going back to back, belly to belly. But I mean, we'll see. I have to take the Prem, and this is honest. I think this is a learning point for me as an American because just if you look theoretically at both tournaments, you would argue the Champions League would be the better one to win because it's all of Europe. But I've looked at what kind of England kind of really wants from a historic standpoint, and all of this Sir Alex Ferguson comparisons and making these records and nodding, putting these notches on our belt. It makes me want to like it more. It makes me want that Prem more. So yeah.
Yeah, great points. I think historically the making it a 4-peat is pretty notable, and I think it does put Guardiola maybe not undisputed, but about as close as you can be with non-United fans as you can to being one of the GOATs, if not the GOAT in, I mean, all of management really. So, yeah.
And he's got people saying it now.
Also, I just think that just points to like the fact that like we are we're 5 very petty individuals, because I'm fairly certain that Charlie's answer would be the same, and so like, and for the same reasons. So yeah, I like, we're just petty as fuck. So
yeah, and I think the UCL being it's basically like March Madness, right? Maybe not as extreme, but I think it's a little bit of luck you have to have in it. So I don't think you can judge as much, which is why the Zidane 3-peat is actually one of the more notable accomplishments. But I do think Pep, if he does manage to win a 4-peat, would be, I mean, that's unreal. The consistency. It's 38 games, season after season after season. So I might disagree with you guys a little bit, but not by much. It's like 1-2 percentage points. So
Yeah,
it's really, really close. Which
It
hopefully
is.
we can win both, and we don't have to talk about this. But
I know.
yeah,
I know.
yeah.
So I don't. Oh no, go ahead.
No, you go, Terry.
No, I was
You
gonna
got
say
it.
I don't know if you're not as old as I am, and I don't know if you're familiar with KRS-One, but I played a drop the other day. It was just a little short snippet from KRS-One that if this were to happen, Guardiola, it would be undisputed. It just
Not saying I'm number 1. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
he wouldn't have to say he's number 1. He'd be top. And you said maybe not undisputed. In my mind, it's undisputed. There's no argument about it. He is not just number 1. He's number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So
yeah,
I'm hoping that he can.
yeah,
pull
I
that
agree.
off.
I agree. Is that from Def Jam? Am I misremembering that, or no? Is that completely different?
No, it's just it's
No,
KRS-One. He's an artist from New York.
Yeah.
But
It sounds familiar, but it might have been in a video game. But
Oh,
yes, I agree
maybe.
Def Jam Vendetta. Yes, he
Yeah,
was on
yeah.
Def Jam
Yes,
Vendetta.
yeah, see, yeah,
Yes, he was on Def
that's where I
Jam
knew it
Vendetta.
from.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
exactly. Terry was like, "What are you guys talking about?"
I was like, I was like, well, okay, I know the video game. I never played it, but I knew there was a Def Jam video game.
Oh,
so.
they need to bring it
Yeah.
back. It was so good.
Yes, it was so much fun.
They wouldn't
Yeah.
like
Yo.
it because they wouldn't want to lose. They would never want to lose the game. So that's why it will never be made.
Wasn't
again.
Joe Budden a character?
He sure was.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there was so many. It was such a crazy game.
There was tons
yeah.
of it was insane. I
Guilty,
enjoyed it. It was a pretty
guilty
fun game.
fact. I listened to plenty of Joe Budden mixtapes riding on the school bus home. Guilty fact.
It's
Well,
very
Newark, no, yeah, right.
It's
You
very
guys
New
got
York.
it?
I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of people in particular, especially I remember in middle school, there were kids like that were older than me that were like, "Yo, he's one of the realest in the game." Like they like wrote like they were
Yeah,
Joey B. I mean Jersey City's finest, Brook City's finest, man.
exactly. No, that's funny. That's funny. This is what I want to talk about. Sorry, I was gonna go into the other topic, but I'm over trophy talk. I want to talk about chaos and transfers. I am big on Musiala. I'm really pushing it. I'm willing it, and I'm talking about it to everyone. What are your thoughts on it? I know it's an out there hope, but I mean, Halan was an out there hope. I mean, obviously, Alfie being tied to the club that kind of made it almost a sure thing, but it was still getting one of the best young player, the best young player in the world to your team. It's high hopes. Jamal Musiala, yes, there'd be a lot of questions that would need to be answered if he came to our club, but still, I love the idea of Musiala in the city. How do you feel about it?
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. He's a good option. There's another German player also in the Bundesliga. I know some of you guys have talked about him before. Florian Wirtz. He's not. I
Yeah,
wouldn't say similar to Musiala, but they have similar profiles, I think. And he'd probably be cheaper because Musiala,
we go.
being honest, I don't see him coming for under 100. Maybe even then. And especially Bayern, they're no fans of City, as we all know. So it'd be a tough transfer. Wirtz would be more manageable. I think would be more cheaper, definitely. So I think that could be an option. But Musiala he's a dream target, right? He's a FIFA signing. So
He's 1,000% a FIFA signing.
yeah,
So who is your like of everyone that City has been linked to for the upcoming transfer window? Who is that guy for like that you think is the sweet spot of realistic and like also like brings a good upside to the squad?
I really like Paqueta, Lucas Paqueta at West Ham. He's not only realistic; he was basically, I mean, before the betting controversy, he was nearly signed and delivered to City. So I do really rate him. I think he's a really good player. I think he's kind of like an eight-ish type player that can go both ways. He's more similar to Bernardo in my head. Maybe Pep has a different idea for him, but I think he'd be a player that can come in and actually, contribute right away. Unlike Calvin, though, we don't know exactly what happened there, but I think he'd be someone that makes the transition easier from the De Bruyne years. Because as much as we don't want to admit it, that's winding down. So I think that would help a tremendous amount, and maybe getting rid of some of the higher priced players that we can get rid of. So
Okay, boys, entertain my litness, and I'll do it as fast as possible. Okay, entertain my litness. Quick game per transfermarket.com. We have named 3 midfielders in just this conversation: Florian Wirtz, Jamal Musiala, and Lucas Paqueta. Per transfermarket.com, who is 1, 2, and 3 the highest rating out of all of them? And what is their market rating? Implying,
I go,
what are you paying on the market right now? What is their
yeah,
worth? 1, 2, and 3.
Musiala 120, Wirtz 90, 80, and Paqueta like 60.
Okay.
That's what I would go with.
Okay.
Everyone else?
I got
Sounds right.
Musiala at 130,
Okay.
Wirtz at 95,
Okay.
Paqueta at 90.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Anybody else want to get a number out there quickly?
You're good. You're good. Go through this.
I mean, Saul, that was disgustingly close. Jamal Musiala is 110. Florian Wirtz, you guys are a little down on him. He's rated 100. And Lucas Paqueta, Tom, you came in a really high, like 30 million high. He's rated at 65 currently, which makes sense because I think there's an actual, isn't there a clause that just like gets activated for him? I think there's a clause that's potentially coming in, but yeah, that's a quick game I wanted to play. The reason why I chose Transfer Market is because I don't know if you know, recently, in one of the clubs that have been given deduction of points in findings in regards to evaluation, it was noted in documentation that transfermarket.com was one of the sources used.
Shout out to Transfer Market.
Yeah. All right. I gotta go, guys. This was a lot of fun. I hope next time we can do like 45 minutes, maybe more. But I thank you guys for having me as always. So
Thank you so much
Yes,
for
sir.
stopping by.
Appreciate
So
it.
we
Yes,
Out
appreciate
tonight,
it.
love.
brother. Ball out.
Yeah, ball out.
thank you guys.
Brick wall.
Go to
Yes.
bitterandblue.com.
Yes,
Thank
Yes,
you, guys.
all. Yes, all.
yes. Love it. Love it. Love it. Quickly, I want to talk about this supposedly rumored Haley. Haley. Sorry, I almost said Haley Rasso.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
I was thinking about Barcelona.
It was like then you was like thinking of the rival. Then you thought it's like, oh, there's a City player that went there. Who was her name? Haley Rasso. Boom, got it. Okay.
Lord Hemp is saying nah to Barcelona.
Fuck
No.
yes.
And she's
Like
saying, hello, money. Bring me money. Give me money. That's all she was doing. She was just holding out and being like, add an extra 20. And now that you make me wait, add an extra 25. Oh, you still have me waiting? Okay, make it now 35. I love it. Get that money.
oh, she's gonna be £1 million pound transfer. Like that's like, or like her renew, like the contract, like renewal, like it'll be like £1 million contract, which is like almost unprecedented in the women's game. Like we like City paid a lot of money to get Jill Roord here, but like her actual contract is not that high. But like,
Hmm.
it's like
What was the transfer?
I think it was 800K.
I was gonna take a guess and say $750,000.
Yeah. So yeah, this is just so exciting. Like, you already have like 2/3 of your front line linked in under contract, and I don't care what y'all talking about, Black Fires. I love y'all, but fuck y'all on this because y'all not taking money away from us.
I love you, but fuck you.
I love you, but fuck y'all on this. It's a wild statement to make.
On this issue only. This issue only.
There you go. I like that.
Yes, and they
This
know the
issue
vibes.
only.
Everything else, love.
Love.
Bunny
Love.
Shaw, fuck y'all.
Yes. I'm sick of y'all talking about her.
And Sky, I don't appreciate you even joining in on their nonsense. I don't like that. I like that you're a chaos free agent, but not when it's against me. Like, so just point that chaos elsewhere.
First of all,
Let me state my bias now.
First of all, Sky is lying to y'all. Sky has a team. Then like Sky's team is about to get their ass whooped on Saturday. That's who Sky's team is. Like that's number one. Number two, Sky is that Mark Phillips meme instigator.
Yes.
Just like stretches. Yeah, that Sky is that in real life.
1,000%. 1,000%.
Love you, Sky. Love you, Sil. Shout out to Shea Butter FC.
So amazing. I appreciate them so much. Well, let's bring our next guest on. Most dope homie, Demetrius. We got another blue on, baby. How's it going, homie?
Yes. Oh, audio.
Can you hear us, Demetrius?
Oh.
Unite and conquer that audio problem.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what
Because
Yeah.
you
he can hear us. We can't hear
Yeah,
him.
he can hear. Yeah, I think he's looking into it.
I think it's because you switched headphones in the middle of the screen. You might need to back out and back out. A lot of restarting.
No.
Nope.
No, can't be having technical difficulties all night long. Come on now.
Yeah, I think you're just gonna have to like hop out.
The IT and T right now is really troublesome. He's hot. He's hot.
Can't
He's
have
troubled
issues
right now.
on the live stream.
On
We
live,
can't get that time.
Not the best. Not the best. Not the best.
Yeah, he's right. But may I just throw it in there as we were
Please.
just casually talking about transfers? Miss Calcedo, Miss Linda,
Yes.
Oh,
please.
Ooh,
Yes, please.
Mhm.
yes.
Oh my gosh.
I want that. I want
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Like
2
well,
milli is the rumor. Is that right?
we got it. Nils, I know you got it.
We got it.
Hear me now.
Let's go.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. All right.
Let's
All right.
go.
All right.
Let's go.
I don't know
How's it
what
going?
happened,
How are
but,
you?
like, I'm
Yeah,
good.
it's
How
just-
about y'all?
Hey, it doesn't matter.
Doing
We're
good,
here
man.
now. Yeah.
So
Yes.
yeah, like I'm glad this is working, and I'm just glad this even exists in the first place. Shades of Blue. Like I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that this even exists because it's been a long time. Like I had to be like really trying to find like a community like this, and like I'm glad I found
That's
it.
dope.
So
That's
Appreciate
so
y'all.
dope. We
That's
Love,
dope.
brother.
you.
Love.
Appreciate you.
yeah,
Yes, truly.
That's what's
Thank
up.
you.
Hell yeah.
I want to start actually with your topic about how do you watch games, because I am just the person I have to watch at home. I live
yeah.
not anywhere near a bigger city where there's official supporter clubs. I could drive 3 hours
Mhm.
to go to one. That's the closest one to me in multiple directions. Actually, there are like 3 that are each 3 hours away. Ironically enough, but
You're in the middle of a triangle. Dog.
Yeah.
yes, it's not
You're
great.
in the middle of a triangle love confusion of city support.
I just they're so close yet so far.
Which do I choose? Which will
So
love me more?
I just
Which
always
beer's
stay
cheaper?
home.
That part. That part.
That's immediately what I would go to.
You guys
Menus.
know me so well. You know me so well. But yeah, I watch the matches at home. I will occasionally go to a random place and disturb their whole atmosphere because I am pretty intense when I watch matches, which my show bros are learning that about me during our watch alongs.
Mm-hmm.
Demetrius, how do you enjoy matches?
So yeah, of course, like I've been watching like ever since like maybe like 2008, and so like back then you had to like really be like really in the trenches,
Yeah,
like
it's
in
crazy.
bed with your laptop up on a bootleg stream. You're like, oh my god, like will the stream hold up? First off, and then second off, like okay, like I'm just watching this intense game where it's just like, oh, they're struggling, like oh my god. So yeah, ever since then I just got used to that, and I have been going to the bars from time to time. But like every time I go to a bar, it's like it's either like a loss or a draw. So I was like, you know what, no more of that.
Nah,
I feel
real
you.
No,
quick,
we don't
man.
want you going.
Thank
We
you.
want you staying
Thank
at
you.
home.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so,
Don't
That's
change
okay.
it.
Yeah.
Don't mess it up.
like-
It's all right.
yeah, exactly.
Thank
Like
you
that
for
brings me
what
to my
you
point
said
is the fact that
about
like at home now, like whenever I watch it at home, like I watch it like I get in the zone. Like I put my phone on do not disturb. Like I don't like being on a laptop because like I know it's like like the people who I follow they'll be like ahead of the stream. So
Mhm.
like it'll be good if like like if City scores, it's like okay yeah like they're gonna score pretty soon. Like if they just happen to concede, I'll be like oh my god what they do now.
That's the funny part when we do a live
the live
stream.
stream,
Yeah,
yeah.
we do a live watch along, and a lot of times, some people are watching it on TV, some people are watching it on tablet or laptop or device or whatever. And there's always it's never in sync. It's always some degree of a gap between everybody, and so you just hope that you're not the one that's on the back end because you're like everybody's screaming and you're like, oh my god, what happened? No, ah. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I don't drink, so I don't go to the bar. There's no purpose, and but I would if like there's not a supporters club here in Fort Wayne. I thought about starting one. I don't know how many other city supporters there are, but I thought about starting one. But I think you'd have to have a bar to go to, and it's like I don't want to show up and just be me and one other person or whatever. If that's the place, I might as well just watch it at home. Because again, I get to sit on my couch, the big screen. I can have all my own food. It's hard to pass up your house.
You're absolutely right about that.
So I can totally relate to you when you said like every time that you go to a bar like we lose. Like I think like after 2 weekends ago when we did the live stream, both the men and the women, and the women lost and like we drew Liverpool, the men drew Liverpool. Charlie said, "Never again. We're never doing that shit again." Like, no, like the results were terrible. Absolutely, we're not doing that shit again. For me, I'm usually also at home. Although I had again, shout out to Kansas Citizens. Been going out there a couple more times. Probably going to be there for the Arsenal match. But I know that like every big match, like I will cook breakfast. Like that is like if I know that it's a big match, like I will cook because it's a derby like Saturday, I will be cooking breakfast. Like that, like no questions asked. Like whether it be bacon, eggs, sausage, pancakes, waffles, I'm cooking breakfast.
Goodness.
Yes, so that's always a staple of a big match day.
Oh my goodness, like you're doing it the right way over there. Like me, I'll just be like, oh my god, can I get like a biscuit from McDonald's or something? Just need some fuel.
And shout out to Boy Blue watching on YouTube and just seeing it. PL is more personal, but UCL is global flowers, which is very true, and that's really what it is.
Yeah.
If you want to really get that money,
This is true.
And that world recognition.
This is true. But what I have found is that as a Blue, we are never going to get the recognition that we deserve, that our play on the pitch deserves. It's never going to happen. People have already made their mind up that we are little city, that we are cheats, that 115 charges, all of those things that we hear, whether it be on social media, YouTube, whatever. So I agree that in theory the bigger world acclaim comes with the UCL, but we're never gonna be that club that people are just like, oh, we just love City, and so I don't care about what other people think necessarily.
See, and I think yes, world football might call City cheats, but I feel like people, if someone says that to me, first off, I immediately think they root for a team in
red,
English league,
Arsenal or United,
or
United, Liverpool, or Arsenal.
But just mainly like an English club. Like you root for an English club, but I mean, I have the people that we have on who are Everton or all these other clubs. They very rarely talk about, like, they'll bring up 150 charges because they're interested in the factor, but they're not necessarily like, oh, you little cheats. Mm-hmm. I get a lot of respect for most of the teams, and then yes, there are particular clubs where they are just like, well, everything you do, ours means more. Yes, there are those people. But I do feel like less people care about the 115 charges than I think we think.
I think you'd be well, I don't know. Maybe you would be surprised, maybe you wouldn't. But every time a Nottingham Forest gets docked points, every time an Everton gets docked points, every time Leicester City's name gets brought up, any club relation to these types of charges or whatever, the only thing you hear, if you go look in the comments, is, well, what about City? What about City? 115 charges. What about City? If you go on social media or even like on YouTube or whatever, if you are a City supporter and you post something, the only thing, or like your content creator or whatever, if someone from the outside posts, it's always 115 charges, even without any context. It's just 100. They just throw it out there because they know that they can. So I can't wait for the day that we get found not guilty and they all have to eat their words, because I'm sure they won't, but I'm looking forward to that day.
Evidence can be
you know what I'm gonna do that day? You know what I'm gonna do that day? I'm gonna hit up somebody I know and I'm gonna be like, listen, I need you to write 115 on my body.
We're doing this wrong.
Blue.
No, we're doing this wrong. We are jumping live on something, and we are naming names with cold hard facts. I have a list of at least 10 right now. It's close to double digits. You must come and repent and show yourselves.
Lando
for the Slack chat, but since we're going around and giving examples, let me put it be known. You must show your face. You must show your face. You spoke loudly.
With it.
You must show up and speak loudly again. I must hear what you have to say. I don't want to hear excuses on appeal this, on appeal that, on 115 this, on 115 that. Show your face. I have receipts.
Yeah, Lando is Joan Collins at the landing, bitch. He said, I have the receipts.
I have them. I will name names. Don't play this game with me. I will name names.
Oh, this is gonna be fantastic.
Oh,
Oh, this is gonna be
Jesus.
fun. Let's go. I didn't know this about Lando, so this is.
I will name names.
Go on.
The IG will start with names. Go to the story. I'll open up my my IG and let it be known. If we need to even start a SOB IG to even get it out there, that's where it starts. And I will at. I don't play that game. I will
like,
Notifications will
everybody's-
come up on people's phones. Notifications will be in.
Like,
Have
I
them
feel like
on.
everybody's got like at least like like you said, like a list of folks who they know like, okay, if/when City gets like exonerated of most of, if not all these charges, oh boy.
Because Demetrius, I know the list of people that have my name on their list. The moment it comes down, I'm expected to show up as well. So I will be there.
He said, "I'll pull up."
I have to.
Oh, we look like we lost Crunk.
I lost Crunk.
So it looks like you put a couple topics in the doc, if I remember correctly. One of them, I don't know which question did you want to get to first, or which topic did you want to get to first, Crunk?
I wanted to read this real quick. It's on Twitter though, from Kevin Citizen. Yo, Tom Bomb, gonna get you a job in the kitchen at the Press Penny if you have to make breakfast for every big game. Only way to solve that dilemma is to get you out.
Sir, I'm gonna need you to calm down, Kevin.
He's trying to get you paid.
Paid? Is that what that is?
Support your fellow citizen, and keep a good tradition. Keep a good tradition alive.
Going? Okay. All right. I
You
see
know,
what's going on.
And then clock out like before our live shows and things like that. You know, that get you a nice little nook.
No, I just be on the grill, like, on them hash browns, like. Nah, but for real, like, I think Rodri, has been playing great, and it's good to see him starting. Our record with him. Hold on a second. Yeah,
Wait.
yeah, good.
Is this Waffle House? I want to know if you got the cigarette hanging out your dangling off your mouth. If this is Waffle House, you got to have a cigarette hanging. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out.
Like, the Press Penny is not a Waffle House.
Okay, it's
however,
much nicer. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit nicer than that.
Okay.
And like, shout out to the chef or to the kitchen staff that was there because the food was excellent. By the way, but I'm not sure how the other clientele would feel about just cigarette ashes and eggs. I don't know. Like Waffle House, you can do that. Like Penny probably can't. Just
I love me a good Waffle House. That's for the record.
Lost them again. So one of your topics was favorite city matches or moments from the past.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
So of course, like the first moment that I loved, which made me a fan, really was. So I think it was like the first match with Adebayor when he was joined City and faced Arsenal at City. He scored that goal, ran across the pitch, and me watching that match, I was like, oh my god, this is my team. Like from this point forward, I was like, yes, this is my squad, these are my boys. So like that moment right there, like that was like the number one moment for me because like that was like the origin story of me being like, okay, I'm ride or die for this squad.
That's dope.
That's all I need to see.
That's awesome.
Hilarious. And
we got 115 in the comments.
Yeah.
Is that Imani?
Is that Imani?
No,
It is Imani.
Love.
Oh.
Yeah, he's had technical difficulties. So So for me, when I saw this topic, I was like, okay, well, there's a number of moments that you could pick, but for me, I'm gonna go to May 6, 2019, and Vinny Company with that long range goal to beat Leicester City 1-0, put us on the brink of the Premier League title. We had one more game left. We would win the title by 1 point, 98-97 over Liverpool, which was the most points for a second place team. That moment, first, Vinny was probably the reason that I'm a City fan. So watching him and Yaya Toure in the midfield, Company at the back, that was what drew me to the club. So for him to basically hit that walk off, effectively win us a title, walk off into the sunset, that gives me chills, man. And that's not the only one, but to me, that's the moment for me.
So I think 9320 is my origin story. But I think like my favorite moment like recently, like even through the treble and like the 5 trophies for the men last season, the season before that, the women winning the Conti Cup, simply because they hadn't won a uh a trophy in a while, and the fact that it was against Chelsea, like who I don't think that the women had beaten like in 4 straight or it was like at least like 6 straight matches, like in all competitions. So like to be able to like beat Chelsea, um, and like win a trophy, I think that that was huge for me. And I think that that was the match that Gareth finally figured out that Bunny might be better than Ellen Shaw or Ellen White, excuse me. But yeah.
The moment that will forever stick with me, actually the 45 minutes, I guess, that will forever stick with me. It's the first half, second leg at home against Real Madrid.
Mm.
I'm sorry. I think it's the greatest half of football I've ever seen.
You're absolutely right.
It's hard.
He's like, you don't even have to question that.
I'm pretty sure I have it somewhere. Like YouTube knows exactly. Like I forget. It's almost like just robotic for me to type it in and have it and pull it up because I've watched it so many times. It's just ridiculous. That first half for me, just goosebumps, brother.
Yeah, like to be honest, like that was like genuinely like the best half of football I've ever seen in my life. Like not just like from City, but like just from any team. I was like when I saw that half, I was like, oh my god, like we can be like anybody in the world. Yeah. Nobody can top us.
No, yeah. Like we can face 2 teams right now, literally. Right. Pass right through them.
But yes, Boy Blue, yes, we low-key have agreed to get 115 tattooed on us. And when
yes, I'm for real doing that. Like, no, I'm for real doing that.
I was gonna say, speak for yourself. I don't drink. I don't have no tattoos. I ain't gonna start now. Especially at 115. I want that to be over with. I don't even want to have to think about it no more.
Memory. You can put a little smiley face in the little 5 area.
First of all,
a whole lot of money.
Tarek so rarely smiles. Like, so
I know.
You think you're gonna get him have a smiley face on his body?
I get the little Ederson. Get the Ederson.
Get the Eddie.
It's funny that you say that because I've heard recently that the U.S. women's national team doesn't have enough neck tattoo energy, and that's why they're not flourishing. And I was like, ooh, I mean, not wrong, but ooh.
That's a good point.
That's funny.
So, does that mean Haran, or is it Alex Morgan? Alex Morgan needs to go get a neck tattoo?
I mean, it's over for perpetually offsides. I don't care if FIFA did change the rules about offsides, like saying, "Oh, now your whole body has to be offsides for you to be offsides,"
which is insane.
It does not matter. That lady's still gonna be offsides.
No amount of neck tattoos is solving that. Neck tattoos is solving that.
No, absolutely not. No.
And it's unfortunate. I don't even. That rule seems so silly. I don't even want to joke about the realness of it.
It's made progress, though. That's the thing.
I know, and that's
like why you gotta have.
I'm trying to ignore it more, but I can't because it's just so ludicrous and just like, bro, people have to have a whole body. So like how like annoying they are about. Hey, the one they have just like their shoulder is offside. So now because someone's gonna have just like the tiniest little bit of their foot on tied with them, that's gonna keep them on. Oh my gosh.
So basically what it's making us look for is a gap. just a
Mhm.
gap,
Yeah.
as opposed to what we have
That
been
has to be
trying to do.
visible.
and
That
it's
has to be
gonna
visible.
benefit all of those really fast pacey strikers. So if we
They
can
can
get
basically just
if we can get Holland build up a head of steam, he's gonna catch. You're not gonna catch him, but uh Mbappe, if he gets out, what you gonna do?
he can just
I mean,
start sprinting
Well, it's just
from like.
I
It's
seen
just
the
because
video.
positioning. Think about
Yeah.
where you're lining yourself up now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Like it's
well,
completely
so
changed.
so like that, like fundamentally, it means that like FIFA wants to see more goals, like
Yes.
because that's exactly what's about to
Yeah.
happen. Like
Mhm.
you like until like some coach who's going to make millions of dollars, like and be like basically Jose Mourinho 2.0, like figures out what the right offside trap is, and then like they're gonna like be able to like control the game for the next 15 years.
So you're saying it's the 3-second violation of Premier League of European soccer?
Correct. Like the
Damn.
it's
got to get you
the
about the paint.
it's the defensive backs can't touch the wide receiver 5 yards past the line of scrimmage in the NFL
Mm.
of Europe, of international soccer. So like
No hand checking.
yes, no hand checking. Yes, that is
I can't
like,
speak intelligently to other sports, but just from a defensive 3 seconds situation in basketball, I can't tell you how fundamentally absolutely ludicrous it is to go your entire career being taught to be in man side, in help side, see ball, see man, and then going to a league in which now you are being asked to never be held side. It's just wild to me, just completely wild to me. But whatever puts revenue and people in the seats.
it's all about money.
Yeah, like you
Yeah,
gotta see that lane wide open. People want to see dunks.
yeah, it's literally people call it the Jordan thing when it came out, at least.
Has what's the USA score? Are they still losing? Have they tied it
Yeah.
up?
Let's check on that Missouri real quick. Sure.
Why?
90th minute.
Yeah, why not?
90th minute.
Oh.
Jamaica won. USA nil.
Oh
Thank you.
no, I'm
Here
not
we
doing
go.
it. I'm not doing that
Still,
to myself. Yes,
Look,
I'm not,
he
doing,
didn't even-
I'm not,
he
I'm
didn't
not
even-
doing I'm not doing that to myself.
pathetic.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
So I didn't even. I mean, I knew they were playing because Imani said something about it, but I've been. I'm watching basketball right now, so
Mhm. Facts.
uh,
I don't
trying
want to see a
check
guy
on
named Greg for Jamaica's score.
somebody named Greg for Jamaica. Really?
Yeah,
They
if
got
I'm
some
making
name
it up, strike me.
Oh, speaking of Jamaica, did y'all see that shit that Leon Bailey said
Yeah,
about JFF?
Yes.
No,
Which is-
enlighten me, please.
And then you
go ahead.
he basically just said that. Well, actually, Tom, you got it because I
He
didn't
was-
answer something.
He was saying that like the JFF was like super duper cheap, like was flying him from like Heathrow to wherever they were playing their international matches, whether it be in the US or in Jamaica, like on red eye flights. So like, and then like expecting them to like come like off the plane and like be ready to practice and like all kinds of like just problems getting paid, just like the women were having problems getting paid. So
God.
like, oh yeah, so like JFF is just a disaster, a seriously deeply unserious organization, deeply
So, like,
unserious.
It's sad that like that's not shocking either, because like you hear about like other organizations who do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude, like these are professionals at like the highest level of the game. Like, what are you doing?
It would almost
Well,
be
it
like
was-
they're okay with corruption because their parent company that they're answering to or working with is also too okay with corruption. I don't know. It's maybe like corruption all around is something that's allowed or benefited from as long as certain people are paid. That's what it seems like.
Orlando in this bitch shaking the CONCACAF
Maybe.
table.
Is it even CONCACAF? Is it
I
even
mean-
CONCACAF? Like even
mean,
CONCACAF, I feel like has people that they answer to. No,
Oh, you going all the way up to the
I
top?
don't know.
don't they even have people that they have to make sure to get their cut too? Especially when we're added things like certain games and certain things like scheduling wise. That's pretty
Really?
crazy to me. Which, from a football perspective, I want to support that. Isn't that what we're all about? Like trying to support that, but when it comes to at the detriment to the player from a lifestyle and from just an accepting from a value perspective. This is Leon fucking Bailey, and for your country, like we're talking about, like this is like for your country. Leon Bailey to Jamaica, like, come on.
And I think what makes it so wild is like the fact that like they literally like if you think about it, like he was not called into this squad. Like they suspended him for conduct detrimental, and so then like he's like, okay, well, like I'm gonna spill all of this tea. Like
Yeah.
if you just like yes, they be doing this shit, they be doing this fucked up shit, they be doing this fucked up shit. So like just deeply unserious.
But
About
again,
him,
I think Crunk. Oh, sorry, I think Crunk had posted earlier. We're not surprised, or we shouldn't be surprised, because we've been hearing this on the women's side forever. They couldn't even get They had to get sponsors to help them get to the World Cup and all this other stuff. Right? It's like this doesn't even make any sense. How you are a national federation and you don't even have any money for your club, your team to do what they do. And in Jamaica, they are a nation that loves this sport. So I don't understand how you can't find, and you can't, or to your point, why it is being tolerated, that, you know, the corruption that we're seeing, that's obvious to so many people. Why is it being tolerated? Somebody needs to be not just fired. Somebody needs to be locked up. Real talk. Somebody need to go to jail.
And what it doesn't do, and this is the biggest thing I think for the sport overall, it hurts and tarnishes and diminishes the argument for some of our players that are from maybe African countries, or maybe from countries that don't necessarily have great athletes that come out of it, because they go to bigger fucking countries to go represent them. And this is where I say, if people stick to their roots and treat their people good and do a program and infrastructure that is honest to them, you can reward the grassroots ball. Lionel Messi stayed at Argentina, but Barcelona found him and went out of their way to go to Rosario and go do what they needed to do. Gems are found, but like, don't like it. It makes the argument easy for Leon Bailey to go and represent someone else. It makes the argument for Raheem Sterling to go and represent someone else when they have roots and ties to these countries. And I just think it diminishes the argument for players in other countries, to where if you are struggling and trying to get your infrastructure right and you see what Jamaica's doing, you should be on the argument too. Like, hey, take care of your fucking player, because now my players are going to start wondering what's going on, or start, question. Now, not to just say, corruption looks, from a mirror perspective, but it's just something to keep in mind, that if we take care of our own players, it's you're rewarding the game and getting and building something. Him to speak out like this, not at a good time, especially with everything else that's happening.
Well, and like I just think about like you were talking about maybe he would want to represent England, like if for some reason Southgate called him in.
I mean, even could he? I don't even know.
I don't know. I think he might be cap tied. I think he's cap tied. Yeah. But it's like so I think about a player like Becky Spencer. Like Becky Spencer grew up in the like Lionesses like youth system. So and then she was like like wasn't getting called into the senior team. Is like I'm just gonna go represent Jamaica because at least I will get picked. This country has has an issue of picking black athletes. Like if you look at some of the Lionesses squads of late, like, and that's not to say that there are not like talented non-white British like women footy players in England, but so then you're like, okay, I can go to I can not represent, not play international football, and not represent a country, or I can go to this federation that's going to do me wrong and be shitty. So I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. It's very sad and unfortunate.
That's a situation.
Yeah. And United States are losing to them. Just back to what the fucking conversation was about.
But they're losing to them without Leon Bailey, without Michael Antonio.
But they got Greg.
Did they got? They got Greg. They don't have Damari Gray. They have nice players that are available to them. My bad, Demetrius. You was trying to jump in.
Yeah, they literally just equalized, like as we were talking about it.
Oh, hey, really? Oh,
It's going to extra time right now.
there it is.
So I
That's
mean, you still
hilarious.
made your point though. Like they're still in the mud with this team. So
Hey, I just pressed refresh, guys.
That's probably the best thing that could happen for what's the coach? I mean, because you
Triple
can't
G?
lose. Yeah, you can't lose. You can't lose to them.
Dude,
Oh,
low key, the
Berhalter-
team is strong though.
Greg Berhalter
Yeah.
cannot lose to. You just can't.
No.
You
No,
wouldn't say you shouldn't. If you lose to Jamaica, you shouldn't have a job.
Yeah.
Although De Cordova-Reed is cold for Jamaica. He is
Oh,
cold.
Yeah,
oh
she's
yeah.
good.
right.
That brother, I love him at Fulham.
I was
Love
gonna say, I
him
know
at
he's in
Fulham.
the PL, but I was trying to
Yeah.
think which team.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the
Yes.
worst part about it is like this is not even a very good Jamaica team. Like this is
No.
like
No, I was looking
technically
at it.
not even like it's technically their C team, and the United States. Like I'm looking at this line, I was like, yikes! Like y'all supposed to be some of the best, and like y'all is not besting it over here.
Mm-mm.
But they were just hoofing it up the pitch at one point in time. Just like, Pulisic, do something. It was bad. It was bad. It was
Hey
bad.
man,
Pulisic, do something.
players love Greg though. We gotta keep him for another cycle.
And that's why I am so uninspired by their men's team. And I just can't do it. I love the women's team. They will get me to show up and show out every single time. But that men's team, nothing about what they do on the pitch inspires me.
I just can't pull away from the talent though, Crunk. Like I would be with you if like I'm not disagreeing with you one bit. But the problem is it's the inner coach in me that just looks at Jedi Robinson, Weston McKennie, Musa, Balogun lately, but even before him, I actually do like what Wyatt can potentially do. If Chris Richards can become something steady at the center back position, am I stupid? You guys tell me. Am I stupid? Am I thinking that the talent isn't really there in comparison?
So here's the thing. Like I think it's a talent thing, and it's also a federation thing. Like honestly, like just because you know what the federation is, like
Yeah.
it's not so huge as AFC is. It's not like like there's not as many like strong contenders as there are in like CAF or UEFA. It's a lot more stratified, like in like CONMEBOL, but like it's a little bit bigger. So like you see all of this talent in this smaller pond, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like this job. Like, so I guess what I'm saying is this job really should be apparently.
Yeah, it's
You're right.
I'm over it. It's talent,
No,
talent is nice. It's just talent is nice, but yes, and we see these players do great things for their club teams, and just every time, and they'll get to the World Cup and they'll look decent, or they'll putter their way to the round of 16, and we know what happens there. It's annoying, and I feel like we keep wasting golden generation after golden generation, but also it's one of those things. Great countries with real football heritage haven't won, so it's just like,
you know what?
what do we
This is the
expect?
thing. This like let me just break down USSF as a whole right quick. We don't deserve to be taken serious as a football heritage nation if the top flight league in this country refuses to fully participate in the cup competition, and that's just point blank period. Like
I go on for
like
I go on for like an hour about that.
and let's really bring it into the fact like was Tuesday night 3. That's 1, 2, 3
Exactly.
MLS Next Pro teams lost. Like
It's like, that was funny. Like,
And I'm not even mad that they lost.
Oh,
I don't want to say semi-pro. That's not true, but they're very early in their career. It's a reserve team, if you will. So I'm not mad that they lost, but if that's what you're gonna put in there, then you need to be playing. I mean, I don't know. I'm with you. It's not a good look for our soccer federation as a whole to even be in this position, like you said, where the oldest cup competition in our, hundreds of years, and we can't get it right. It's ridiculous. But my issue is we've conceded too much of our soccer heritage to MLS and let them take over as opposed to running it like most nations do. Because for all that the Premier League does in England, they still report to the FA and to the EFL and all those other things, right? It's still built into their pyramid, not separate and apart from. So we need to be better.
This lit stream has been solely dedicated on the absolute calling out of infrastructures, and I love it. He's so right. We bank too much on their ass.
Yeah.
Well, Demetrius, I was gonna say, good. I was actually about to try to get you in, so go for it.
Yeah, I was just talking about how, like with the United States, like soccer as a whole, it's just like you see what their priority is. It's not like it's not development, and it's not like trying to like grow the game. It's just trying to make as much money as they possibly can. Because that's the whole thing with Leagues Cup. Like as an United fan, I'm thinking like, we already have that. It's called like CONCACAF. If you're good enough to play in your league, you go to CONCACAF. But now, like with Leagues Cup, it's just like, who cares? It's like you'll watch some of these games and like it'll be like some games where it's like Juarez facing off against like some other team. It'll be like 5 people in the stands. It's like, what's the point of this?
Right.
And so it's just
no one's excited for these matches, like at all.
So like it's just
show up and then leave.
Yeah.
Well, and just all the war waging against each other. It's time wasted when we should be supporting United States football and all of its many leagues that we have now. But instead, we're like going at each other, and it's just like stupid and silly and not needed. But just that chase for that money. And I hope they enjoy it because once Messi leaves, some real questions are gonna be asked.
I want to know if the chain continues. Like
they bring in another star.
No.
Neymar?
Okay, no. Think about this. So one of the things that Garber promised Beckham in him moving to LA Galaxy was that he would own a franchise. Yes. So does that then go to Messi and then say like you will be able to build an expansion team? I don't even know where he would build one, like honestly, but like is that part of the offer? Like is that like cuz who knows?
I don't think they reported it that way when they were leaking all the details about the Apple deal and all that other stuff. That doesn't mean it didn't happen. It doesn't mean it wouldn't have been an offer. I think for soccer has a lot of potential, and if I don't know what they'd have to what the amount would have had to be, how far reduced or would it have to be to make it make sense for Messi? Because they're talking hundreds of millions of dollars for franchise fees right now, and it's like you want me to pay $300-400 million before I even put a team anywhere, before just pay us this money just so that you can have the right to have a team. Man, who does that? That's just so stupid.
Everyone.
Welcome to America.
And that's the issue.
And nope, not gonna get into that. Not gonna get into that.
Nope.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Perfect.
If you're into it, then
not gonna do it.
you gotta talk about like American
not gonna do it because
they're not.
Well, American sports as a whole, that is how. But there is no. Well, there is a. There's the Euro League and all these other like basketball leagues, but the reality is the NBA is the world's leading basketball league. When it comes to soccer truly is the world's game. Every nation has their own, whether you want to say how, the Premier League might be the best, and that's how we feel, but then you still have Italy and all these other nations or whatever, right? So the fact that there's not a comparison in my mind to say, well, we do basketball like this in this country, so we should do soccer this way. We do football this way, so we should do footy this way too. No, those things, let them be what they are. They're quote unquote typical American, traditional American sports, but let's not try to change what is working everywhere else in the world. Let us fit our, let's fit into the world system as far as the leagues are set up and all that stuff. And so I've had this conversation before, I'm sure on one of these before, but just the idea of how we feel the need to Americanize everything or change stuff because it's just not good enough because we didn't come up with it. It's like, it's just stupid.
Or the revenue would be better if we moved it a different way.
But that's what's happening in England. The more American owners they get, the more their league starts to fall apart. The more you go ahead, Tom, say it. Don't let Croc punk you. Don't let him silence you. Don't let him silence you.
I'm just no.
Tell me what it is. I'll say it.
I'm gonna
I ain't
say,
got no fear.
like you, Tarek, introduced the topic much more diplomatically than I would have.
Yes, because
also,
we have much more in common with them. It's
Yes.
just we understand other people's pain, so we just kind of feel dead about it. But we need to just nope.
I feel like I can have feelings on that subject, and I am not directly impacted by that, so I am not going to participate
Right.
in that conversation on a public platform.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And I think that's kind
Very
of
smart.
separate because I know where you're headed.
Yes.
And I know what you're trying to
No,
avoid.
where we're
The
not.
land-
Yes.
the land
You know
you're
where
trying
we're
to
not
not step
going.
on.
You know where we're not going.
Clark said he will end the stream if that comes up. Like,
End show.
I'm
Good
gonna
on
say,
everybody.
if this
Protect the
was
money.
if this
Protect the
was
money.
like a midday stream and we could get people from over there to actually like be listening, I would absolutely drop that bomb and walk away and let them go crazy with it. But there's no point in doing that right now because they're not going to see it until in the morning, and then we're not going to be able to respond. It's just,
Yeah.
Right.
No, but it's a welcome conversation, though. I
What
think
do
you
you
put it
mean?
the right
You
way.
you don't respond to anything because you're not on socials. So
I'm
you wouldn't
there,
have to
but
respond to anything.
I'm there. I just
He
some
peeps.
stuff just don't. I mean, like, see, if we said it like live, people might tune in and jump in the conversation and tell us how we're wrong and how
Haji.
I don't want
all that stuff. Did Haji rate your score?
Haji Wright just scored.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wow.
they're in the league now. Wow.
wow.
Or Halter.
Good for him. He had a big goal. He had a big goal this week.
Coventry.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Coventry, yeah.
Coventry.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
They're in a-
We
they're in a
were
fantastic
down
league.
long enough for them to do that. Okay. Well, we got to get out of here. It's late. I'm terrified to stay on any longer.
You're running away from,
Clark's
you're
like,
running away from the
absolutely not.
conversation.
Greg's like, we not having it on here. Like, I'll see you in the Slack. I'll send you a DM.
He's right there.
Give me some time to plan this so I can actually play both sides. Like I don't know.
Oh, you're playing both sides.
But Demetrius, please plug yourself. Let people know where they can find you and your work.
All right. Well, my social is Twitter, Fergo, Fergoe. And like from there, like you can find like all my writing stuff. Because I write about baseball, write about the Braves for Battery Power on SB Nation, and write about MLB in general for SB Nation.
Let's go.
And I write about anything. So like, you know, if you're watching this and you want to hire me for something, hit my email.
Let's go.
I know that's right.
Yeah. So yeah, and other than that, like Instagram, Fergo88, and that's about it.
Hey,
Nice.
all right, homie. We appreciate
so much
you.
for
You have a
coming
good rest
on.
of your
Thank you for
evening.
having me. Thank you for
Yes,
having me. This
of
has
course.
been fantastic.
Yes.
Hey, we're linking up in Charlotte. Come on, Demetrius. Make it.
Chapel Hill.
Make
Hey,
it.
man.
Or Chapel Hill. Yeah, same.
But North
Whatever.
Carolina.
It's a long trip. Like I have to do it, man.
Come on. Let's link
I
up.
have to make it happen.
Have you
All right.
seen City live?
So I haven't seen them live, but I did see the trophies they won from 2018, 2019.
Okay.
Nice.
So they brought all the trophies that the men's and the women's team won in 2018 and 2019.
Right.
They brought it to Atlanta in the West
Okay.
End at the Mars Station, and went and took a picture with it, and like it was one of the best experiences I ever had.
Dope.
I met Sean Wright Phillips. It was really cool.
That's what's
Nice.
up.
nice.
Nice.
So
nice.
we
Nice name drop.
like Lando said, we're obviously about the tour. I assume we're trying to get all of us together in North Carolina to be able to take that in together. It's a great experience. The Crunk's been at least once. I've been twice. So it's a great experience to be able to support your club, a team that we can only typically watch on TV. To be able to see them up close and in person is pretty cool. I got to see Holland's first goal for the club. Didn't
Oh, that's cool.
it was a friendly, didn't really matter, but first time he scored, I was there in the rain, soaking wet, but it was a great time.
That's a
Yeah,
Green
it was
Bay,
a great
right?
time. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
So definitely encouraging to get out there
The
and
moment you
hook
say
up with
Green
us.
Bay, look at Crunk just light up. Like the moment you say Green Bay, he was just like, yeah, that's right, Lambeau. Yep, Packers, go Pack,
Yeah,
go.
that's my team.
There's no parking
right there.
Lambeau sucks from a parking perspective.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it's bad.
It's horrible.
But that's a part of the
I think we got
charm.
to manage expectations for
That's the charm.
kind of functionality for things in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
throw
that's
that
the
out
charm.
there.
That's the charm. I love it.
Fight me.
So
I said
fun.
it.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
It's horrible. You know who's really good? Indiana. Shout out T. I actually kind of like how Indiana functions.
No, Indianapolis is like everything's underground. Like you take a you take a Uber to the convention center from the airport, and like you never have to like get in for real get in the car because everything's in the same
Kinda
general
connected.
area.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
of my favorite gyms is in Indiana, Southern Indiana University.
Oh,
Love
in
that
Evansville.
Love that gym. Love Evansville too.
I was born in Evansville, dude. My mom's family. That whole side of my family is from Evansville.
Oh man, I was in Southern Indiana twice a year.
Yeah, what's up?
Nice.
Small world.
Things you know, things you learn.
We had
Well, again, Demetrius, thank you.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, love. See you in
So-
Chapel Hill.
see you, my guy. So Lando, obviously Evansville down there by Kentucky. Speaking of Kentucky, they are losing. Well, they just hit a 3. They're still losing to Oakland, 67-65 with 4 minutes left. You look at that and you're like, oh, they'll come back, they'll win it. But they've been down this entire game that I've been watching.
Look at that.
I almost picked them to be upset, but I didn't do it. I should have did it.
You want to do a bracket check real quick? Because everyone want to talk about their brackets, see what they're
I
at.
didn't do that.
I-
That's what we
I didn't
should have
even-
done.
We should have did one. We should have done one for the men and the women, and I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't do one for either, and I feel bad.
Yeah, that's tough. Next season, we'll do all of those things. We'll mix them all up. All right.
I would
well,
I would really like to see our international followers get in on that and just like
That's
pick-
what I want to
just
do too.
pick,
Yeah.
like pick based off of like names alone. Like yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like Duquesne, absolutely, I'm gonna pick them. Why not?
The fact that you picked them and then you know damn well they wouldn't pronounce it that way.
Oh, I know it. I know for a fact.
It's actually older and
Du-
Catholic, so
Duquesne.
maybe. Yeah. DeKent?
Oh, your boy
I
does
actually
not
did
speak
call
French.
that one though.
Did you really?
I did. Because there's always 5-12s and
5-12s.
4-13s. There's always those matches. So I'm always just looking for those. Crunk's trying to get us out of here. He's ready to go.
Yeah, he is. He is.
I just can't. No, I personally can't answer this conversation because I didn't fill out any brackets, and I'm
No madness for you,
not
Crunk?
that in-
You stay away from college basketball?
Uh,
It's fair. It's okay. It's a problem.
I like watching it. It's fun.
The most
That's
important,
about
like Crunk is focused on Caitlin Clark, making sure that she gets through this hellish ass bracket that she got. Because I don't know if y'all
He did
seen
not do
their
her
bracket.
no favors.
None at all.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Undeserving. The 2 overall. She was the number.
two. They were the
Yeah.
number 2 overall seed, and then they got the defending national champions
LSU.
in there. Who else was it? UCLA was in their region.
UCLA, LSU, them. There's a couple other people.
Yeah, like enough that it was like, this was really what the number 2 overall seed gets. That sucks.
Yeah, they're tired of Caitlin Clark. As much as all the talk about NCAA wants Caitlin to stay one more year, I don't think they do. I think there's a lot of
She's already made her mind up. She's leaving.
yeah, but I mean I think outside of Caitlin, I think there's like we saw it with the nonsense with her mom and all the drama that her mom has started and stuff like that. I think
Wait, what?
with who was it with Cheryl Swoops?
Oh, so that was her mom that was in the picture with the "Don't Be a Cheryl" shirt.
Yeah, that's her mom.
I didn't know that.
Oh, now that
Oh,
part I
am I am
definitely
I
didn't know.
am I
I
as an
thought that was.
Iowan telling a story? Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought that was just a random Iowan white lady. I didn't know. I didn't know that that was her mama.
Yeah, that's her mom. That was her mom. Allegedly,
Woo!
that was her mom, and yeah, it's just and I know so many people very much like her mom, and that in it, I can't tell. There are so many people that are walking around wearing Nike, Iowa, Caitlin Clark uniform and gear and stuff. It's sweeping the nation, and by nation I mean my area that is Iowa. So yeah, it's interesting.
You
I don't
can't
talk to
really.
anyone about anything though.
Yeah.
I just go, yep. There was a person in like a full like they had a Iowa Caitlin Clark jersey on it, and I called them Caitlin Clark. So like that's kind of my energy towards all of it. I'm just it is what it is.
He said, I am out on her. I just want
Yeah.
her to leave. Like, I just want her to
Be
leave.
gone.
Get to the
See, and I'm
NBA.
not. I think her game is amazing. I'm not a big fan of. It's hard to say I'm not a big fan of the person because I don't know her, right? You just see what you see and a lot of the antics or whatever. But on the flip side, I got to be honest. I live in Indiana. Her coming to the Fever, hooking up with Leah Boston is like
Oh,
insane.
that's gonna be a
I
dope
got to
one
get
too.
I got to get to some of these games.
Yeah.
So as much as I'm ready for her to leave, just so she can get over here to Indiana. Let's run it back.
Aaliyah Boston is going to get so much better with having her on the court with her.
Yeah.
Oh, for
And she's gonna be able to
certain.
stretch the floor. She can pass. She's gonna feed the paint. Oh, it's gonna be. They should show marked improvement this season. And if they don't, somebody needs to be fired. That's the second time I called for somebody to be fired today. I should probably quit before somebody starts calling for me to be fired.
Oh my god. Oh, this was the Lit Stream. I am Crunk Chocolate. I'm with Lando, Tom Bomb, Tarek. We are Shades of Blue. We will see you tomorrow. It'll actually be a midday show for Americans. It's evening for the English. I'm having the homie Holloway on. They will be our Manchester City women's correspondent, and we will be doing
That's dope.
a match preview for the
Manchester
Manchester Women's Derby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super excited. It's gonna be a good time. And then Saturday we'll be doing a watch along for the match.
Derby time.
Run it up, beat them down. Hopefully, there's some knee slides. Even better, hopefully, right before the match, Himbo can announce a signing of a some sort and really just get everyone ready to run through all the walls. At least I will be.
Why would you get me hyped up for that when I'm trying to focus on the Derby and you want me more amped up for some transfers after the great things that we brought up tonight in regards to transfers for our women? That would be huge. That would be like that is the perfect weekend with our boys not playing.
Oh,
Knee slides.
Nils would be in his bag with that one.
Knee slides and transfer deals.
Yep.
Let's go. All right. Well, we'll see you all soon, Shady Gang. You know the vibes. Shady Gang, Shady Gang, Shady Gang.